Pisces, hi, welcome to this channel. This is your monthly reading for October. Thank you for being here. I hope you are doing well. Let's see what's coming through for you. You can use this for your sun, moon, and rising sign. And if you want to book a personal reading, my email is in the description box below. Send me an email. All right, so in October, we will be in the energy of Wheel of Fortune and Magician because it's a 10th month. And Wheel of Fortune has to do with flow. It has to do with, you know, ups and downs of our everyday life, but it reminds us to keep the faith because Wheel of Fortune is the wheel of life. It's the nature of life, the ups and downs we come across in our everyday life. It reminds us change is the only constant, nothing is going to remain the same. So if we are coming across some challenging times, then good times will also be there, right? But through these changes, it reminds us not to lose ourselves in the chaotic nature of life. Instead, it's important to keep the faith and hold on to our values and live with honesty, truthfulness, and integrity. Because what happens is when we come across difficult times, we make decisions from a place of fear, and that is that's not going to work out in future. Yeah, so it's important to uh, understand what kind of choices we are making, what kind of decisions we are making, and if it's coming from a place of strength or if it's coming from a place of fear. So that's what the Wheel of Fortune is all about. It's a cycle of life. Life moves in circles. Sometimes it also feels like we are coming across the same old. But then it's all about awareness. When we are aware, then it will be possible for us to break the patterns and respond differently and create new results. And magician is all about single-minded focus. Magician has to do with believing in ourselves and being very clear in our mind about what we want and then aiming for it. And it reminds us that we can do it, whatever it is that we need to want to do in our life. We got this, we can do it. But it's all about commitment, dedication, confidence, and taking action from a place of clarity. And when we do that, our dreams becomes a reality. So that's what the energy of October is all about. Now this is going to be a Celtic cross. I will show you the cards. Okay, so for the center of the reading, you have Death card. Oh, so that's change, transformation. Okay, so crossed by. I was just talking about change, and that's exactly what this is. Wheel of Fortune. Um, yes, that situation is changing now. There is a transformation happening. Subconscious is Six of Cups. Closer to family is what I'm seeing. Ace of Cups is in the past. Conscious position, Page of Wands. In the future, Ace of Swords, immediate future. Advice for October, Four of Pentacles. Environment, Five of Cups. Opportunities, Eight of Cups. And Hierophant is the final outcome card. And Empress is on the back of the deck. So Empress here has to do with comfort, and then Sun is also here. So yeah, so you are coming across. I was talking about the ups and downs, and that's what I'm seeing here. So there are some great things happening, but there are also something that you are releasing. So Empress here has to do with comfort. So it could be that you are coming out of your comfort zone, Pisces. So for some of you guys, this could be a move. That's what I'm seeing strongly for you guys. It could be changing homes, travel, a move. On the other hand, for some of you guys, it may have something to do with a relationship. It could be you making a decision, reconciliation is also coming through. On the other hand, something to do with your stability, your home, is what this month is about. That's where the focus is. For some of you guys, it could be something to do with family matters, because you have six of cups in the subconscious. So it could be your relationship with siblings, your kids, interpersonal relationships. Okay, so let's see. Advice card for the month is Four of Pentacles. So Four of Pentacles is the advice. So on the one hand, what I am seeing is, yes, this is the comfort that I was talking about. On the one hand, this has to do with holding on to, clinging on to something to do with your attachments, something that you are feeling protective towards. It could be something or someone, and you are holding on to it. You are not letting it go. So maybe that is what's creating this sadness here. Maybe things are changing, and if you are feeling that sense of resistance, if you are not um, going with the flow, then it will be a little bit difficult, is what I'm seeing here. But change is happening anyway. Maybe something, again, cycles of life. So that is the one thing that I'm seeing with Four of Pentacles. So maybe if that is the case, know how you are feeling about things, about like how you are feeling about your finance, about your relationships, about your health. And if it feels like you are feeling restricted, if it feels like some resistance is happening, then the energy is reminding you, how can you release this resistance? Okay, how can you accept the change and move with it? Maybe it's helping you um, move in the right direction. On the other, it's all about trusting, and this is where some trust issues are coming to the surface. um, so just become making you aware of what's going on the other hand, this for some, it could also be hold on to what's protect what is important for you. So again, something to do with family matters here, or it could be a project that you are working on. Maybe it's reminding you, keep the faith and keep going and do not give up. Um, so it all depends upon the situation, Pisces. I don't know what you are coming across, so I won't be able to give you exactly, tell you exactly what to do. But it all, it's important to really understand the situations that you are coming across, and then reflect on it, so you can then make the right choices and decisions. You are making a decision here. This is clarity and clear thinking, and this is where you can see things more clearly and making a decision. So that's the advice card, and something to do with your stability, money, finance, home, and people, people in your life. And subconscious, you have Six of Cups, and the past, you have Ace of Cups. So Ace of Cups here has to do with love. It has to do with friendships, peace, harmony, self-love is what this energy is. And that's what you are taking to this month, which is amazing. um, and this is also healing. Okay, so what's happening is, this is in the environment. So this is moving. This is actually, um, this is what some you are releasing. I don't know. So something to do with what you love, someone you love, and this is where um, something is happening there, and you are focusing on what's gone. It's water under the bridge. It's something that is over and done with. But this is where you are grieving the loss of something, someone. So I will come back to this card, but maybe it is needed. I don't know. Maybe it's time to move on. So healing is what I'm seeing here. For some of you, in the center of the reading, you have Death card crossed by Wheel of Fortune. So two major arcana cards, and then you have Empress, which is another major arcana card, and then Hierophant. Okay. So with the death card and wheel of fortune, what I am getting from this card is something to do with the past. Um, so it could be that it's time to release the past. Maybe it will show up in whatever is happening now. So it could be a person, um, or because wheel of fortune is here, wheel of fortune may have something to do with, again, past. It could be someone from the past, it could be a situation that you had to deal with in the past, and it's now coming back because maybe it was not resolved, and now it needs you to look at it, address it, and release if something is not helpful. And that's what's happening here. And with ace of swords, this is in the this is the next card. Okay, so this is your intellect shining bright, Pisces. This is where you can see things more clearly, and there is a greater understanding, because ace of swords here has to do with rising above the mountains, rising above the ups and downs of our everyday life, rising above the challenges. So this is the intellect, the guiding force. So because this is where you are coming from, you can see and understand things in a different way. You can see the bigger picture, you can see things from all different angles, and because of that you are making a decision and you are letting it go. It could be that you are accepting the changes and going with the flow, or it could be that you are releasing what is not working in your life anymore. you know so yeah, that will lead to some it's not easy, right? It's a little bit difficult to accept these changes, but maybe that's what our life is all about. Okay, so on the other hand, this is also reminding you to bury the past. Do not dig up the past, is also what this energy is, because that can also lead to some disappointments here if we are doing it. Sometimes we just have to let the past go, but if it's still active, then it will keep showing up in our present day challenges. So what needs to be buried? What needs to be addressed? So this is, the solution is in our mind. Conflicts can only be resolved in our mind. I don't see the energy of conflict, but this is where it's actually showing up something that happened, because this is the um, skeletons in the closet. It's making its presence felt. So like I said, conflicts can only be resolved in our mind. It cannot be resolved in the external, it cannot be resolved with people. And sometimes we have to find that solutions within. And that's what I'm seeing here for you. And maybe it's you are burying the past and moving on. On the other hand, for some of you guys, if a situation shows up, if it has to do with past relationships, because you have ace of cups in the past, or it could be some situations that you are dealing with challenges, then if it is something that you had to deal with in the past, then the card is reminding you, respond differently and break the patterns. Okay, so if you are not aware, if you are not conscious, then you will respond in the same way and you will get the same results. Instead, be present. Presence of mind is needed. So so that way you will know, okay, this is something that I had to go through in the past. Now I'm over and done with. I'm not going to deal with this anymore. When you do that, you will be able to respond in a different way. So this is where you are detaching. You are not detaching in the sense you are walking away. If something is not right, if something doesn't resonate anymore, this is where you are walking away and moving on. On the other hand, for some of you guys, yes, this is a move. Travel is also coming through. If this is travel, then it's a little bit, it could be a long trip for some of you. It could be maybe you are traveling overseas or something like that, or you might come across some like delays, something to do with some confusion to do with bookings, hotel booking, things like that. So maybe if that is the case, be proactive, ask the right questions, make sure everything is good to go. But even with that, if something happens, then it's what can we do? Remain flexible is what I want to say, and go with the flow. Take it as a learning experience, maybe. Yes, Wheel of Fortune here has to do with change. So something is changing here. There is a transformation happening. So this is like a rebirth moment for you. So what's happening here is, when we look at this situation, when we look at this card, what we see is the scary image, right? But what we overlook is a sunrise that's happening here, behind the mountains. So that is not something that we see when we look at this card. So that means what this is asking you is, Pisces, do not go by the surface appearances of things. Okay, it could be the way people are, or it could be a situation that you are coming across, the difficulties, the challenges. Don't go by how it's appearing to you. It all has to do with our perception, how we are understanding things, how we are perceiving things, right? And so when you rise above the mountains, the ups and downs, and when you see things clearly, you will see that, oh, you know what, I can handle it easily, it's not a big deal. So that's what this situation needs from you. This is the approach that this situation needs from you, that it's not a big deal, you can handle it. So keep your eyes on, do not get distracted by the surface appearances, the way things are, um, the reality of the situation. Instead, you want to go beyond to see, okay, what are the opportunities here, what are the possibilities here. So it may have something to do with relationships. It could be that maybe you are moving somewhere, so it may have something to do with the place of living. Or if you are investing, that is also something that's coming through. Yeah, it could be about that for some of you. It could be people in your life. So whatever the situation here is, don't just go by the it's important to ask the right questions. For some of you guys, it could be a contract or agreement that you are entering into. It's important to go beyond, get a 360-degree view of what's going on in order to understand what this really entails. So again, it could be, success is here. um, this is success and victory, but it comes with a cost. It's bittersweet. So you are not entirely happy with the success. It could be that maybe there is something else that you have to let go of, something that you have to do in order to, yeah, something like that. So bittersweet is what I'm seeing. It comes with a cost. But what I want to say is, look at the opportunities, the long term possibilities, and then keep the faith. So what I'm seeing is new opportunities coming up for you. You have Ace of Cups and Ace of Swords. So for some of you guys, it could be career related, it could be career advancement. If you are in service industry, it may have something to do with your clients. Maybe people are signing up for your course, webinars, workshops, whatever this is. So what I'm seeing is growth. On the other hand, it could also be advertising, marketing, publishing, writing. Maybe you are writing a book or something like that. And because of you, maybe there is travel involved. Maybe you have to go to different parts of the country, even overseas, to um, for marketing or something like that. Um, Yeah, so that's the part maybe that you want, like that part. You maybe you want the success part, but you don't want to you know, do too much or something. um so that's what I'm seeing here for you. So a change, which involves work. Okay, all right. But the card is reminding you, Pisces, keep the faith and go with the flow. The opportunities that you are coming across, it's also important to it's important to know that you can handle it. You got this. Okay. Maybe that is also something that's not going to be a permanent situation. Maybe that situation will also change, and this will also, you will be able to turn this around. Okay, we never know what's going to happen in future. I mean, the thing is, like, sometimes, just an example. Okay, maybe now that people have to, now the remote work is now fading away, and people are required to go to office and everything, and that's a little bit difficult, because of the traffic, because of the long commute and everything. It's a little bit challenging, and maybe that is what some of you guys are coming across. Yes, if you have been looking for a job, you are getting the job, but then it's a long commute. But this doesn't have to be true for everybody, just an example. Okay, and so bittersweet is what I'm seeing. However, because wheel of fortune is here, it's reminding you maybe it's not going to be a permanent situation. Maybe this will also change. It's just temporary. So accept the challenge, and maybe you won't know what's going to happen tomorrow. You know, things can change again. So that's where you want to come from. Okay, so don't go by what it looks on the surface now. Instead, look for the opportunities, look for the possibilities. So keep your eyes on the light, and light is here, page of wands. So subconscious, you have six of cups, and then conscious, you have page of wands. So it may have something to do with a person. Again, it could be cousins, siblings, past memories. Maybe because maybe things are now changing, things are not the same anymore, Pisces, and now you have no choice but to accept things as they are. So it could also be friendships, things like that. So it's a little bit sad, you know, when we grow up, things change, and people's priorities change, people change. So there is nothing we can do, right? We just have to accept it and move on, and that's what I'm seeing here for you. But this is an opportunity for you to um, do something for yourself, maybe. So that's what I'm seeing, that's what I was saying. Keep your eyes on the positive side of things, you know, brighter side of things. Yes, this is happening, but maybe there is an opportunity. It's reminding you, focus on yourself, do whatever it is that you want to do with your life, you know, travel, um, uh, do I don't know, I mean, whatever it is that you want to do. Now that's giving you the freedom to do whatever it is that you want to do with your life. So for some of you guys, it could be a spiritual retreat, something to do with spirituality. So yes, on a conscious position, you have this page of wands. Something new is on the horizon. Okay, and yes, so something to look forward to, Pisces. This is also a card of a visionary, meaning right now, wherever you are, it may feel like it's a desert, you know, a barren land. And this is where you are doing a lot of cleaning up. So for some of you guys, it could be your yard. Maybe you are cleaning up the weeds and everything, or it could be decluttering, getting rid of things that you don't want. You are simplifying, or it could be something to do with relocation, things like that. But you are doing it with a sense of hope and optimism. You know, this is where you know that you can do better. So something is, you're working on something here. So it could be a project, it could be you writing that book, or it could be travel for some of you guys. So something new. And this is also where you are being playful, and excited, enthusiastic, and spontaneous. So you are coming across some new ideas, Pisces. Okay, and this is where you are taking action. So amazing. So for some of you guys, it could be learning, it could be, um, yeah, something that's very exciting. Or it could also be a person you are meeting, friendships. So Page of Wands here is a fire sign. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. Hierophant is Taurus energy. Wheel of Fortune is Sagittarius. All right. And then this could also be past memories coming up. Okay. Yeah. But then healing is also happening. For some of you, if you are not feeling well, then this could mean you back in your elements. You, yeah, yeah, you back in your elements, or it could also be you doing something physically strenuous. So this is you moving into new energy. So it could be you going on a hike, regular walks, going outside, meeting people, or it could also be travel for some of you guys. Yes, environment is Five of Cups, and Five of Cups here is uh, again memories. Okay, and are you dwelling in, like, again, past memories? Past is gone, things change, and now where you are, when you look back, you will feel um, bad that it's gone now. Things are not the same anymore, but the Two Cups reminds you that there is still, not everything is lost. There is still hope, and there is support, and there is something that you can be grateful for, Pisces. What is it? Because that's taking a back seat. Okay, while you are dwelling in what's gone, what is already there is taking a back seat. So it's important whenever, so there is, number five is an odd number, so there is a balance that needs to happen here. And how can we create that balance? It's all about practicing gratitude, meaning whenever we come across these past memories, it's important to bring our attention to the present moment, and also look around to see what my blessings are. It could be friendships, it could be your health, it could be people who loves you, people you love. It could be where you live, it could be your spiritual awareness, it could be your health. So whatever the case may be, there is a blessing. Okay, so it's important to appreciate what is there, who is there. So that's important. Okay. On the other hand, yeah, sometimes, sometimes when it comes to our relationships, we are always chasing, going after things that we don't have in our life. But we don't stop to understand, um, who is already there. Like, for instance, our parents. When they, when, depending upon, sometimes what happens is we just take them for granted. They are always there. Whenever we need them, they are always there. When we call, they always pick up the phone, and they always want to know how they are doing, how we are doing, and everything. But we just take them for granted. Why? Because they are always available. And if it's, like, for instance, it could be like a partner or a romantic interest, a friend. If they are, if they are not there when we need them, then that's a little bit disappointing. you know yeah, like for instance, let's say you have a partner, and they are always, um, they have their own things to do and they have their own priorities, and if you really need them, maybe they can't make themselves available, and so that can also lead to some sadness, and you are if and sometimes what happens is, when that happens, we find ourselves checking our phone. Did they call? Did they send us a message? Things like that. And when we don't see that message, when we don't see that call, then when we don't get that call, then it's a little bit disappointing. However, maybe maybe a parent is calling and you are not answering the phone. This is the situation that I am talking about. And because you are dwelling in, maybe if you are waiting for the part your boyfriend or girlfriend to call, and if they are not calling, and it's a little bit disappointing. But if your parent is calling, then you won't be in the mood to pick up the phone you know so that's what I was talking about. We are chasing things that we don't have in our life, but what we already have, we don't pay attention. We take them for granted. And then sometimes what happens is, again, life is always changing. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. The people who are here with us, maybe they won't be there tomorrow, right? The water here represents, um, it represents the passing time. Time to this moment is not going to come back. This moment is gone, right? And when we look back, sometimes we feel regretful about things, what could have been. you know I mean, this is, I'm not judging you. This is like our human tendency, depending upon where you are in your spiritual journey, where you are in your life, whether you are a young person, old person, maybe, things will be a little bit different. But I'm just giving you an example. It doesn't have to be true for everybody, just giving you an example. Sometimes, yes, we do take things for granted, and then when it's taken away, we feel bad, you know so it's important to practice gratitude, and slow down to really understand what our blessings are, and appreciate and everything. So in future, when we look back, we don't have to regret about anything. So that is, yeah, that's something that's coming through. But here with Wheel of Fortune, it feels like an opportunity that you thought you had missed is coming back. Something is coming back into your life, Pisces. Now it's up to you whether you want to, um, how you want to respond to it. Okay. And here, seven of, what is this? Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups has to do with detaching and you pursuing new opportunities, going away. For some of you guys, it could be travel. It could be, yeah, you are leaving something behind here. So more things to do, more things to pursue, more opportunities is what I'm seeing. But emotionally, it may have something to do with detachment. And it's very strange. I'm reading this on Sunday. We have a solar eclipse today, new moon in Virgo, which is also a solar eclipse. And this is the eclipse card. So this is the only card that has an eclipse on it. And so it could be eclipse energy because it's going to be active for a few more days. So yeah, emotional detachment. So for some of you guys, it could be that there is something happening, and you are, like, it could be something to do with interpersonal relationships. Maybe there is a communication happening, and you are feeling a little bit disappointed, and you are taking your time to process it. You are maybe staying away from that environment, um, or it could be mental detachment to just process what happened, so you can find the clarity. All right, Hierophant is here. So Hierophant is all about stepping up, Pisces, and this is Ace of Swords. So with both these cards, stepping up, moving to the next level. So for instance, if you have a service-based industry, then this has to do with clients reaching out to you, signing up for your course, purchasing your products. things like that. Or for some of you guys, it could also be personal life. So if you are coming across something, if you are coming across a challenging time, then this is where you are consulting someone for their perspectives, and that is actually helping you see things from different angles, and find solutions. On the other hand, it could also be someone coming to you. Maybe they are going through something in their life and they are approaching you for your suggestions, and you are helping them see things from a different angle. So stepping up is what I'm seeing here, and being your own person, making your own decision. So this is growth, Pisces. So through the situations that you are coming across, you are seeing yourself in a different way. You and you are growing. There is some internal changes happening. You may not even be aware of it. So this has to do with transformation, a rebirth moment. You are becoming a different person now, and because this is such a slow, subtle process, you may not even be aware of it. This is a card of self empowerment. Be making your own decisions, being your own person, and rising above your own challenges, taking things in your own hands and doing what needs to be what needs to be done, being communicative, being assertive. And this is also um, yeah um, clear thinking, single minded focus. So for some of you guys, it could be you um, prioritizing, you writing down, you are staying more organized. So you are making some plans for the future. You are writing down your priorities and staying more organized. You are letting go of things that are not helpful anymore, like all the distractions, people you hang out with. This is where you are making that change. It could be that you are changing up your routine, and you are careful of how you are spending your time, your energy, who you are spending your time with, what is important, what is not, things like that. So there is like a clear understanding of, I don't know, your life, day to day schedules, things like that. So that is actually helping you stay more focused, and get things done. So that's amazing. So Four of Pentacles here also is holding back. So this is your advice card, and this is opposite energy. This is where you are holding back, and this is self-expression. So maybe the energy is also reminding you, uh, maybe everything doesn't need to be said or expressed. Maybe it's so for some of you guys, it could be keeping things to yourself. Um, if it's not going to be helpful for you or the other person, keeping things to yourself could also be what this energy is. So take it as it resonates. It doesn't have to be true for everybody. Okay. All right. Now let's see what's coming through on the oracle cards. This is a breakthrough moment for you. So this is where that clear communication is happening. However, this is a double-edged sword. It can go both ways. We can use our words to heal, or we can use our words to destroy. And I'm seeing both here for you. This is the energy of healing, and this is the energy of destruction. So which one do you want to feed is the question here. So communication, just be aware of this, because in the environment what I'm seeing is some regrets, and also you walking away from certain things, so disappointments. So just be aware of communication style. On the other hand, this is reminding you to keep your thoughts positive, keep your words positive. It could also be self talk, Pisces, because in October we will be in the energy of magician as well. Magician has to do with manifestation, and we and magician reminds us that we are the creators of our own life. We create our words, we create our life through our words, our choices, our decisions, things like that. This is something that we don't realize. Sometimes we just take things for granted, and we um, go through life making decisions and things like that. But when we slow down to really understand what's going on, we will realize that it's not fate, it's not destiny. Sometimes certain things are in our hands too. We make our destiny, we create our destiny through the words we speak, through the thoughts we harbor, through our choices and decisions. So it's reminding you to pay more attention, be more careful of what's going on, so you can make the right choices and decisions. uh, okay, Pisces, your message is life is better together. So maybe that's the decision you are making. I don't know. That's your advice card. So this has to do with holding on to what is important for you. So it could be people, it could be relationships, and this is where you are letting go. So opposite energies, but this is your advice card. Hold on to what's important for you. And this is a card of reconciliation. um, it could be reaching out to someone for a third party perspective, is what that energy is about. So if this is something that you are thinking about, then maybe this will help you make that decision. Okay, let me read this out to you. Life is better together. Seek assistance from your community. Connect with family, friends, or others who will support you. It can be as simple as making a phone call. Yes, that's totally goes with this energy. So this has to do with communication. So communication is the key here. So if and if this is you, this is reminding you to surround yourself with people who loves you and who you love, and their support will make things much much easier for you. Okay. Seek assistance from your community. Connect with family, friends, or others who will support you. It can be as simple as making a phone call. There is an opportunity to allow yourself to receive help from others. Open your heart and permit yourself to receive the extra support you are being offered at this time. You may need to be proactive and seek out some extra support for yourself. Accepting care from others will create blessings and inspiration, not only for you, but for those who are assisting you. Please don't feel isolated, as there are a multitude of options for you now. You might choose to consult with a professional advisor or counselor to help you make a decision or to receive clarity. This may also be a point where you feel called to do some volunteer work and find a way to give back to society or to groups that inspire you. Pilot whales are thought to have a leader or pilot for each pod. Pilot whales may be found in large groups that can number over 1,000 animals. These are close social groups that tend to stay together. Whether or not your support system is close in proximity, you are being asked to surround yourself with people who truly know and understand you. That's sweet. Yeah, This month is about strengthening your connections with yourself, inner child healing, or and it's also about your interpersonal relationships. But again, everything starts with from within. When it's all about loving yourself more, Pisces, and caring for yourself, going for things that you want to do in your life. This is inspiration, and it's also asking you to reach out to your community, your family, for ideas, inspiration, support, and things like that. That will make things much, much easier for you. All right, so that's what I have for you. I hope this was helpful. Remember to watch the moon and rising sign as well. And if these messages resonated, please do remember to support the channel by liking, subscribing, commenting. Thank you so much. I hope you have a magical month ahead. Please take good care of yourself, and I will see you in the next reading.